See that hole there? It recesses in a hole in the leaf spring, or a stud. And then this side, these came from Calvert also. They're just 1/2 inch spacers. You can stack them. So I think I've had 4 of them on each side, so I've actually had the car lower than this before. There's really no sense in that though, unless, I don't know. It worked. I don't say there's no sense in it. It did work. Okay, so just gonna get everything lined back up and let her jack back down. Just doing one side at a time. Okay, there it is. It's touching. Make sure my locator pin is still locating. Where's it? So now I gotta move the rear end housing around a little bit. Good, now let that on down on it. So basically, we just raised the car by taking those blocks out. Tighten these even. And ensure that our locators are all where they go. Our U-bolts look straight. Alright, so here's the wheelie bars. Come up with a new game plan. I was digging through my spare U-bolts and things. So these are too short to go around that the axle like I was talking about. It has the back brace and all the extra support and stuff. I found these, they're about, I don't know, 2 inches longer, which is gonna be perfect. So what I'll do, I'll just cut these off and weld these on in their place. Alright y'all, so they're fresh out the oven. You can see, got them all welded up. Cleaned all the little BBs off of it. I don't really like the little BBs, but and one of them was warped a little bit. So I've straightened it out, and they're still very hot. But what I'm gonna do, I'm gonna paint them. I've got to work tomorrow, so that'll be perfect. I'll go ahead and paint them tonight, about 8 o'clock. So by the time I get home tomorrow from work, they will be ready to install. Just gonna cover these threads up. Oh yeah. Painted my fire extinguisher and everything. Door frame, it all got a coat. So this is what I got so far. This side's gonna work with the clamp, as you can see, with the longer U-bolts. And this side, it's actually up on this flat. I had to put it, you know, really close to everything with the way this rear end's offset to the driver's side a little bit. So I'm gonna have to use a flat on it, on the flat part of the housing. So I'm gonna cut the U out of this one flush with the top right there, and just cut it flat, and that should be good to bolt against that flat surface. So this back brace is angled like it is. Whenever I tighten the clamp up, this thing wants to slide down. See how it's angled? It wants to just slide down like that. A Sharpie. But yeah, I'm gonna cut this angle off, make it look like it was meant to be there, and then weld it on. I'm gonna go ahead and skip ahead and get our wheelie skis mounted before I go any further with the wheelie bar. So this is where we're at with the wheelie bar. And it's about 5 inches off the ground. I've read where you want it to probably be more like 10 inches off the ground. So I'm gonna skip ahead and put our wheelie skis on. In order to do that, I want to drop our front end all the way down on the ground until the oil pan touches. I'm gonna do that by backing off the coilovers. I've got some new springs for them also right here. They are 550-pound springs. So I have to back them off anyway. So I'm gonna go ahead and back them off, see about where the oil pan's gonna touch, and put our wheelie skis on and find out where they need to mount, and go from there. So here we go. And that's how you lay one down. So the oil pan is the first thing to hit, followed closely by the front subframe there. There it is. Well guys, there it is. Laying on the ski, and the oil pan is off the ground, so they'll work right there. So if you ever want to lay your car on the ground, that's how you do it. It's a wheelie simulator. So I got my coilovers backed all the way off and air out of the tires. So now I'm gonna figure out how to mount them. Not touching. It's about, I mean, it's really close, but it ain't touching. So it's gonna hit these skis and then hopefully save my oil pan. I'm trying to get where you can see exactly how much. Yep. That's it, guys. So, and hopefully it don't even come down that far. It shouldn't. I'm putting, you know, the bigger spring, so maybe it don't. Alright, so I'm going to drop the shock, and I'm going to drop this lower control arm down, swing it down far enough to hopefully get the shock out. And yep, that's it. I got to pull this key out, take the shock loose up here. Slide that in there. Right apart. Too bad. Let's pull this out, and then I'm going to swap our spring. So far so good. slide this back up in here. And you gotta orient the spring a certain way it fits up in the pocket. Dang. So I'm gonna get this lined up. This will hang up. Here we go. Okay. Now, get our stuff here lined up.
So we're gonna leave the floor where it's at, or we're gonna move it?
Which one?
The red one.
Is it in the way?
It's out in the yard.
Okay.
Did you do anything to turn it on? Okay. Well, I can move it.
Okay.
Is it really good right here? I'm gonna move it right now.
God bless you. Okay, so that's good right there. I got my my coil spring lined up with the pocket in the frame. So just gonna press this on up in there. Get my ball joint back on. Just like that. I'll put her nut back on. Make sure that settles good. And go ahead and tighten that up. Good and tight. Okay, so because of my back brace being wider on this side, see how my U-bolts, there's flush here, and on the other side, there's about 1 inch of thread. So, that means is this side is kicked back that way, you know, further back 1 inch. So you can see it if you look down. See that? What I'll do, I could probably just do like one side at a time. Pull this one apart, get it in there where it needs to go, and like I know it needs to go that way 1 inch. So take this apart, get the U-bolt off, cut 1 inch section out of it. And then put it on, weld it, take the other side off, and it's good. Just cut the U-bolt off and weld it on like it is. So that'll work. Okay, so now that I got that figured out, what I did, I took this over to the bench and I cut the U-bolt off of it and marked out how much I needed to cut out of the bracket itself, clearance everything, cording, and then burn it in good. So now the other side, all I got to do with it is just gonna take the U-bolt off, you know, cut it off, cut this tab off, and it don't need to be shortened any, so just weld it on like it is. So after massaging the brackets a little bit, see, I had to bend them in just a little bit, get everything lined up right. It's quick work with a 18-inch or 16-inch pipe wrench. Everything fits like a glove, so I don't have to beat it in there with a hammer. Get it. There we go. That's what you want. You want everything to kind of just line right up, where you don't have to fight with it. Because if you have to fight with it now, it's fighting, you know, the car later. Moving like it should. Get everything where it just slides right together. Adjust this in. Thank you, bud. Put a little light on the subject. I really need to upgrade the lighting in the shop. Got one light right above us that just went out.
Yeah.
Okay, see what
And
we
I'm
got.
trying to get a light in there.
So now we're about 9 inches. So about 7 1/4 to the bottom of the tire. And it's about 8 inches, 6 1/4 to the bottom of the tire. That's too much. Take a little bit back out of it. Changes a lot, just that little bit right there. Get the aniseed all over everything. I'm just gonna measure off that. So 8 1/2 to the center. The sides 8 to the center. So that's about right. That's what you want, about a 1/2 inch.
One?
Because when the car goes up, it twists. It like twists like this. So this tire needs to hit first and kind of push the chassis back straight. And then this tire hits and it goes straight. Make sense?
Yeah, and plus
Okay.
we try to do a wheelie.
Uh-huh.
Will the new Prince it'll be like do this? It will do point.
So
Maybe. Well, the little things are, you know, the roof holders. It may go down.
I hope it don't go that high. Whew, we'll be in trouble if it does.
And it jumps.
See, it's got these springs. It gives a little bit. That's gonna help with my leaf spring wrap up or whatever.
Somebody told that to you wide on.
No, that ain't made to be stood on. But actually kind of flimsy, but I I mean, somebody figured it out. I hope it's alright.
If it blew off and hit a metal person's car, please book it out of the track.
I say it's flimsy. It's not flimsy. Like, it's very strong this way. They're like, I guess that's why people run that cross, the X bar on the bottom, to kind of keep this right here out of it. So, I don't know. They designed this to work. So, we'll see. If I see it trying to walk over to the side, I may go back and put some X bar in it. Alright, so now what we need to do, jack the front end a foot off the ground and see how far when this is gonna hit.
A foot?
Mm-hmm.
So actually my foot size. Not touching.
Jack. So
it's really not touched.
So it touches it, that's good. So we're about 9 inches.
So that means that you can pop a humongous wheelie.
Still not touching. How far are we? Alright, yeah, that's gonna be about right.
Like about an inch.
About an inch off the ground. We're at 9 inches on the front. So that'll probably be about a foot before it touches. So see, we're 9 inches up off the ground. Got our wheelie bar, wheelie skis on here to protect our oil pan. We got wheelie bar on. So new springs in the front end. 5 50-pound springs that had 3 50 pounds in it. So got them in there. Did a front end alignment, checked the bump steer. Got our spacers in there where it has the least amount of bump steer. It still has just a little bit, but you know, maybe a 1/4 of an inch over the full travel of the suspension. So we're good for that. Uh-huh.
The chuff.
The what?
The chuff behind my dope top.
Yeah.
We found the golf top hitch behind them.
All right. We got the golf cart hitch.
But Sammy bent so the boat won't go back on, so we can't pull it on the golf toe.
Yeah, I seen it laying over here. Y'all, we got a major project coming up. The golf cart hitch fell off. So we got some serious wear going in these grooves of that piece of all thread eye bolt, but nothing that we can't overcome. So
the golf top ball hitch.
yep.
Oh, by the way, my mom tried to fix it. Oh, that made it even worse. Oh, bend it more down.
Okay.
It went a little upward, but now it's down.
Mommy tries, so Mama tried. We'll just cut this off right here, and maybe where the threads are bad. I think there's still enough here we can fix it.
Yeah.
Okay.
Maybe.
All right. Well, maybe. So that's gonna wrap it up on the wheelie bar install. I appreciate y'all watching, and see you in the next one.